Alright, before we get started, don't say anything about the location. It looked way better in my head. The lighting is a mess, it's all a bit of a mess, but I've got some opinions I gotta get out about the Rode Video Wireless Go 2 thing. Hi, my name is Calum. I'm a full-time videographer and photographer, and this channel is dedicated to helping you become a full-time creative. Anyway, let's get straight on into it, and let's start with the obvious. It is 2 transmitters and 1 receiver. Yes, the transmitters have microphones in them. Would I ever use them? Absolutely not. It doesn't look very professional in a video when you just see it hanging off someone's t-shirt or shirt or dress or whatever. It looks horrible, in fact, and it blatantly is advertising for Rode when you do it. I would always use these with a lavalier. However, they are extremely lightweight for what they are. I remember having the Davies wireless transmitters and they were just incredibly heavy, horrible to walk around with and put on top of the camera. So it is a blessing how light these are. That does come with the trade-off of the fact that they do feel super cheap. If you've ever held one of them or even the first version of them, you'll know that they feel light and like they could break if you dropped them. They are luckily quite durable, but they just feel so cheap. I don't see this as too much of a con because technically they are not for pro use. They are designed for people doing YouTube or some light client work. If you're gonna go and film a very important interview, you're probably gonna use a shotgun microphone or a very expensive lav system from, I think it's Countrywoman. One of those lavs that it costs pretty much the same price as the pack that you're going to plug it into. The next thing is that these are very small. They can get lost easily inside of a bag. My mate lost the transmitter for a period of time. He luckily found it, but there is obviously that con that if you want to be able to find these in a hurry, you've got to keep them in their pouch. No questions about it. That moves me on to the next section. This is the part when we're going to talk about the cool. And one of the cool features is the fact that the transmitters record audio internally, up to 7 hours uncompressed. The fact that it's always recording, whether it's attached to the receiver or not, just from the moment it's turned on is bloody awesome, especially when you forget to plug in the mic jack, which happens far too often for me. I need to work on that. And that brings me on to the next feature, which is personally not one I have used yet. I might in the future. And that is the fact that you can plug in the receiver into the computer using USB-C and use it as an audio device. This is amazing if you're doing podcasts on the road. You can just plug it on into your computer, open up Logic, GarageBand, whatever you want to use, and you can record both transmitters separately. Seriously, it's a top-notch feature. Next, let's talk about the disappointments. There are a few. Firstly, I'd love it if you could change the level of both channels 1 and 2 independently of each other. Currently, you can only do this through the receiver and it's for both channels, and the only way to turn down one of the channels is by putting a pad on them individually. I put a pad on both because when I'm using my lavaliers, I'm finding that the signal's just coming through far too hot. Other than that, the receiver feels feature rich for the minimal buttons that it has. You have to do multiple different button presses just to be able to change simple modes that could have been a switch instead of a button. And the only way to change these things simply is by plugging it into your laptop and doing it before you go to your shoot. That's not ideal. But hey, the price is bloody good. They work perfectly for someone like myself who's creating social media content for clients and myself. But should you upgrade if you have the Wireless Go 1? Well, no, unless you record events, weddings, anything where if you don't record the audio, you won't get paid, your reputation goes down the drain, and more to the point, you'll never see the light of day again, then yes, this is probably for you. But unless you really need the USB audio interface feature and the fact that these record, there is no need to be buying these or upgrading them. In fact, you're probably better to go and get the Wireless Go 1s because you can get them super cheap secondhand at the moment. Other than that, that's all from me today. I don't know how useful this video was, but be sure to check out some of my other ones. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all of those wonderful things, and I'll catch you in the next one. Boom! Finally. That was a tough one to record, believe it or not.